feel like this podium is set way back from you folks, but I guess for the camera's advantage, I'll try to stay here. Thank you very much for inviting me. I think this is a great thing you're doing, and I'm just delighted to be able to tell you a little bit about what I've done on the board, what the Castaic Lake Water Agency has done over the last 8 years that I've been on the board. I think I will start with the chloride issue, clear up maybe a little bit of misconception that some folks have got. The chloride issue is, of course, as I think most everybody in the room understands, primarily a problem that the Sand District faces, and I'm not running for the Sand District Board, so that is not something that I will have a primary voice in. But certainly as an elected official in the Valley, all of us, elected officials and citizens, need to work together, are working together, have been working together for quite a long time. The Alternative Water Resource Management Plan that was discussed here and the implementing Memorandum of Understanding did in fact a couple of years ago come before the Castaic Lake Water Agency Board of Directors. We had extensive discussion, a lot of staff input, a lot of input from a lot of folks at that time. And I studied it in great detail, read the entire thing several times as a matter of fact, and debated with my own board vigorously. I was not in support of the plan, have never been. When it was initially brought to us, I think it was it's somewhat irresponsible, just even from an environmental standpoint, from a more of a global standpoint, trading non-renewable energy sources to split this water and to get a pure component and then this brine that you're now going to stick into a historic oil well, where we really don't know where that water will go in the long term and what the consequences of that will be. So for many reasons, I have not been in favor of the Alternative Water Resources Management Plan, nor its implementing Memorandum of Understanding. So just I wanted to point that out kind of up front so that I and my opponent, well, we don't disagree on this issue, I don't think in large part. Castaic Lake Water Agency over the last many years has done a great many things that are very positive for this valley. I think one of the things that maybe I'm most proud of is the fact that we have not asked anybody in this valley to do mandatory rationing. If you consider that just recently the folks down in Los Angeles, just over the hill, they've gotten the privilege now of being able to water their lawns not 2, but now a whole 3 days a week. Okay, as this drought lessens, as we get to come out on the other side. The entire last 3 years where this drought has been a serious problem for the entire Southern California area, we have never asked a single resident to do any mandatory rationing. We of course ask everybody to conserve, just as being good stewards of the resource, and I really am delighted with the fact that residents of this valley have responded and have conserved. And so I'm delighted with that, and I think that we can continue to do that. But our building the different water banking programs and the different acquisitions that we have done over many years has pretty much drought-proofed this valley, and we're able to deliver the water year in, year out, in good years and in bad. So that's something that I'm kind of proud of, working with the rest of the board and working with the entire team of water providers in this valley. I'm also proud of the fact that we have now got actually in operation the perchlorate treatment project. We, as you recall, 8 years ago and even 4 years ago when I ran for the Castaic Lake Board, that was a major issue, and I promised that I would work diligently on that, and it's now delivered. We do have the perchlorate treatment project. It is up and running. We have gotten preliminary results where indeed the plume looks like it's doing what we modeled it would do, and the pollution in the ground is being contained. So that's one example, or a couple examples of things that we're doing well. Now I'm looking at my clock, and I was supposed to be done with my introduction here, so I'm going to open it up for questions, and if you don't ask questions, I'll just keep rambling on.
Trying to get through CLWA's financials. Over a 9-year period, about $350 million in capital spending is going to occur. Meanwhile, I see my rates go up for me because I'm a big property owner on third tier, 90% over a 5-year period. You voted for the first 30% increase in spite of basically everybody in attendance at the meeting asking that CLWA not increase those rates. My question is, what capital projects have you voted against, and why is it the existing residents are paying the bill to free up water for new developments?
Yes.
Okay. I think the question contained, if you recall, the members of this actual organization came in pretty large numbers to our meeting where we considered, and I believe you're talking about the retail rates, where we implemented the 3-tier structure. So your question, in your question, you said that I voted for that.
The first increase. There was a 30% increase before that.
Okay. The tiered rates, okay, were that increase I voted against. Okay, this committee came en masse. And I was delighted with the attendance, delighted with the input, really, and I voted against the tiered rate increase here a couple of years ago. Projects that I have not been in support of. Generally, I am not in support of our current program to build out further than I think we have the need. Okay, so I have argued against, for example, the expansion of our newer plant in this economy and at this time. So that's an example of something I think we're building too far out in advance, and have argued with the rest of the board on that. You're one example.
Hi, I just wanted to know, will the chloride issue, when it's resolved, help the hard water that we have here?
Okay, thank you for the question. It's an excellent question, because there is a lot of confusion with many of the customers thinking that the chloride issue is related to the hardness issue. And they are related insofar as the solution to the hardness issue that most homeowners had implemented over the years was the use of a self-regenerating water softener, and most homeowners were happy with that solution. Now they no longer have that solution because of the chloride problem. So the chloride problem has aggravated, from an individual homeowner's standpoint, the hardness problem. So in that way they are related, but even if, for example, we move forward with the pilot project on the pellet water softening program that Valencia Water Company, which is a member of the Castaic Lake Water Agency, has been working on, that program